Man Against Himself by Ernest Holmes. We have all been told that nature made a chemical laboratory within us to take care of our health. In a sense, we might say that there are little intelligences within us, acting as though they were little people, whose business it is to digest our food and assimilate it, to circulate the blood and get rid of its impurities. There are millions of these little people inside our bodies, whose purpose it is to keep us physically fit. But there also are other little people who aren't so kindly minded. They try to tear things down and disrupt the work of the good little people. Every doctor will tell you that when he can get the good little people inside working with him, things are going to come out all right. We break a bone, and when it is set, nature gets busy and all the good little people begin to knit the bones together again. And all the time they are causing the blood to circulate so that there will be no infection. But we are learning also that we can interfere with these little people inside us, because they are subject to a greater intelligence than theirs, the great director, and the one who knows all the parts and where each one belongs. And we must learn to believe in this producer and this director. Even though he is invisible, you don't see the little people inside you, but they are there, and your imagination can feel them. But there is little use in diagnosing a condition unless we find a way to heal it. If we have a broken limb, the surgeon sets it and puts the splintered parts together again, that the natural currents of life may restore health. And so it is with all our broken lives and warped minds and all the frustrated ambitions we have had. For most of us really are only about half alive. And if we could blanket the whole world with one universal diagnosis, we should discover that an unbelievable amount of the troubles from which the human mind and body suffer can be brought right back to a few fundamental propositions. And both dominant and prominent among them would be this idea of love, which is as fundamental as life itself. Without life, everything is useless. Without love, everything is dead. Without love, some part of the body and the mind lies dormant, unexpressed, and crippled. There is no use weeping over the past, and equally there is no use in saying that because we have been wrongly conditioned in the past, we cannot be healed in the present and live in joy in the future. This is why Jesus told us that we must be born again. We must be born from fear to faith, from doubt to confidence, and from hate to love. And since love alone removes fear and restores confidence, love alone can create the strongest attitude of faith. Therefore, love is the vital center around which everything else must revolve. And since every day is a fresh beginning, and every hour is a fresh beginning, we must not block this high gift of heaven. We must realize that the present moment, right where we are now, is the only one in which we can live, and we must cast all of our troubles and fears upon the four winds of heaven, and all of our doubts and all of our lack of confidence, and enter into the joy of living and into the miracle of life. And how wonderful is this miracle of life. Just imagine possessing something that the more you give, the more you get, and something that cannot come back multiplied until it is first given out. You see, the one who refuses to give refuses to live. And the one who is afraid to love bottles up something within himself in such a way that the very thing that might bring liberation closes him within the prison walls of an isolated self. It is from this prison that we all should escape. We alone possess the key that sets the captive free. Let us then take such love as we have in our hearts today and freely give it to everyone we meet. And if it seems rejected by some, let's not be hurt. And let's not be stopped. Let's not be driven back into our prison. Let's remain liberated. And if we do this, we shall find a reaction in our physical bodies nothing less than miraculous. For love can restore circulation. Love can heal the heart as well as the mind. Love can give speed to hands and feet as well as to the thought. Love can go out to create a better world in which to live. God so loved the world that he gave. And in giving, he gave all that he had into our own acceptance. And I believe that all the mistakes we have ever made can be swallowed up in love and in a peace that is greater than we are. And we must surrender all of our past mistakes into the keeping of this ever-present divine and perfect peace. We must feel that love is guiding us into kindness and cooperation with life and in deep and sincere affection with every person we meet. We must turn our whole thought to the belief that today is a fresh beginning, a new start, a joyous adventure on the pathway of an eternal progress. And we must trust love to guide us and believe that love guides everyone. Learn to see the good in everything and in everyone, and feel that today is bright with hope and happy with fulfillment. And know that tonight we shall sleep in peace and wake in joy and live in the consciousness of good. And so let us say, and God so loved the world that he gave. Today we are accepting that the divine gift which God has given us really belongs to us, that it is here and now. And so we are receiving that gift. And even as we receive it into our own consciousness, we desire that it shall flow out through us to others and to the whole world. God so loved that he gave. We are loving and giving and receiving. And may everything we think about be blessed, and every act of our lives be a gift through us from the great giver of all life. May the peace and joy that is ours multiply itself 1,000 times today, and may love guide our thoughts and acts even as it guards our lives and actions. May the eternal presence be real to us. Let us not forget, God so loved that he gave. Let us be certain that we receive the gift.